Gonna be Jim first up as Claws going and sinking all the blades into the boy. Does he just bubble it? Blessing of protection potentially. Looking to see if he can survive. Oh my goodness, Jimmy. Oh my god. I was gonna say like maybe he bobs it, maybe he bubbles it. But Claw just came in full bleeds. Jim thought maybe he could fight through it. He could stop the bleeding, but he was bleeding out profusely. I'm so sorry, Jimmy. Gonna be a stun onto Claus as a silencer follow, and Claus does not have a trigger for it. Actually, maybe in a bit of trouble. Getting blasted out by the Frosty Slice and obliterates. Trying to see if he could maybe somehow survive with a tough bear exterior. Maybe giving him survivability. Got the Ursa's Vortex to grip Chillpill's back, but I don't know if he can really take him down. Chillpill does end up slamming him down little by little. What is this burst out of these two classes, man? Both of them, just Death Knight and the Feral Druid is coming in bursting. And everybody just melts all around them. What is this? Dragonflight, man. Well, to be fair, that isn't indicative of how level 70 PvP is going to be. Let's take a look at it with PvP gear. Right, let's take a look at what that looks like with PvP gear. So let's not judge it too harshly too early, chat, yeah? Gonna be Chillpill's trying to see if he can maybe fight with a strand. Does hit him with a stun. Gonna be Trinket as he goes and hits him with a blind. I think maybe Chillpill's just gonna go hit behind the pillar. As Strand goes in for a bit of manic bandages, Chillpill's making sure to hit him with that howling frost, howling blast. Just walks in the room, turns the AC to cold. Strand just drops the just drops the bandages from a little shiver that he does. He's gonna go for regenerating as he's looking to catch up with much healing as he can. Chillpill's back there, actually gonna pop cooldown into the pet, take the momentum onto Strand, who no longer has a pet, maybe in a bit of trouble, does not have a pet sack, maybe in a bit of big trouble right now. Maybe use these big defenses, trying to revive pet immediately as soon as he dies on a turtle. And Chillpill's immediately gonna start focusing on the pet, slowing it down as much as he can, generating as much resources as possible. Trying to keep Strand from healing, main to go for acceleration early here. Chillpill's getting stunned up, but Strand can't reach him. Trying to see if he can get around the corner. Silence or strangulate by Death Knight, just picking him up in the air, giving him a Darth Vader grip. That's gonna be Chillpill's trying to see if he can maybe back away from Strand. Strand just start putting back in over with a quick blind. Death and Decay got himself full roots onto or full slows onto Strand. Trying to see if he can cut right through him with obliterates. With a quick scatter shot and a freezing trap, they do DR one another, but it does give Strand at least a bit of a breathing room, but it's not enough as yet another obliterate just goes crashing right through him. With Felupa going to be up next, Chillpill's does burn quite a few defensive and offensive here versus the Hunter. He doesn't have Death Pack, doesn't have AMS, he doesn't have, I don't know about Human Racial, I think he just used it there. No, IBF, that's what was used there. I was gonna say, like, did he use its Human Racial or not? Hunt out of Felupa, I think may have gotten rooted on it. I don't know if he actually got to do the damage with it. So he still may be able to use it a little bit here. Chillpill's just trying to avoid him as best as he can. Avoiding him like the plague. Gonna be potentially big damage out of Felupa, charging out toward Chillpill's, got himself the AMZ in order to protect himself from magic damage, stunning Felupa, who trinkets out of it immediately. AMS for Chillpill's, may have to go for a death back here, trying to see maybe catching up to Felupa as Felupa backs up out of there completely, blurs up, darkness is down, so Chillpill's definitely want to group him out of there, does get us blind onto Felupa. With a death pack, looking to completely disengage away from the boy, waiting out until the death pact is over. Felupa trying to see if he can catch up with him. He got Chillpill's in a disadvantage right now. Trying to see if he can just get him while he's got him hot. It's going to be a full explosion by the demon, just collapsing on top of Chillpill's, just full viscera of chaos. Just goes flying in all directions. Chillpill's trying to see if he can maybe recover a little bit of healing after that massive explosion. Silence onto the death that reversed back by Felupa. Chillpill's trying to see if he creates some line of sight. AMS is up in order to avoid some of the fire chaos damage as best as he can. Felupa just continues to blast him out either way. Big hunt to follow as soon as the AMS is over. Chillpill's trying to see if he can maybe get some damage back towards Felupa. Big death tricks. Maybe that'll give him enough recovery here. Stun. Does have a Human Racial for it. Felupa and Chillpill's are both very, very low on health. Whose game is it going to be? Next stun could be the winner here. Does Chillpill's have a stun coming back up in a bit here? Going to be imprisoned onto Chillpill's. Felupa backs up out of there. Silence onto the death thing. Grips him right over. Silence for a second. That's going to be demon spawning in for Felupa. Used to slay it immediately. Chillpill's with a blind. Try to go for a stun to Felupa. Maybe able to stun him before he can slay the demon. I think maybe gets it. Stun right here. Does Chillpill's have the damage of Felupa? Does he get to slay the demon? AMS is up for Chillpill's. Trying to dodge away from the explosive as Felupa recovers all the health back full. Metamorphosis up and running right after. Chillpill's recovered quite a lot of health himself as well. Felupa with a blur. Trying to see if it also with a demon soul, trying to see if that may be enough in order to take down Chillpill's. Sounds of the Felupa does not have reverse this time around. Chill Pills with an IBF, trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of survivability. Spawning in a bed, may have to sacrifice it very quickly. Does get in a little bit more healing. Filippo and Chill Pills both just trying to vie for as much health as possible. Stunning to Filippo. Does Chill Pills have enough damage? Trying to see if he can go for as much healing as possible. Full cooldowns are coming up. A couple more obliterates to Filippo. Oh my goodness! Oh my god, that was so insane! Chill Pills lived it, narrowly lived it. Jonker charging around the corner is gonna have a reflect up immediately with Chill Pills in case there's a stun. Got himself a soul that he's trying to slay. Gotta be a stun out of Chill Pills without Remorse's Winter. As Chanka is playing out the Fury where he's slaying that soul, she'll be able to take that damage back into Chill Pills potentially. Trying to see if he may be able to take this gavel damage. And see if he can clash it against my boy, the Frost DK man right here who survived it. Chanka taking a bit of damage, does get himself a little bit of that Enrage regeneration. I don't know if Enrage regen heals you anymore, does it? I don't think it gives you bloodthirst healing. I think it just gives you instant healing. Worst out by the Chill Pills in that execute range. Blonde and Chanka has the chicken for it. Chill Pills trying to see if he can catch up with healing. Has himself full bar of runic power. Looks like he's just gonna go for a stun versus Chanka and try to see if he can back up out of there. Does he have Lichborn with Death Coil? If he has Lichborn, he may be okay. Trying to see if he can survive it. AMS is up. Death Strikes is the only thing that's keeping him alive, but he's still in that execute range. Chanka just needs a couple more globals in order to take him out. It's gonna be silence on a Chanka through a reflect. Stun on a Chanka for a second. Does not set it along at all though. It's gonna go for the Odin's Fury. Got himself a bit more bleed damage on auto checks for the Chill Pills, but I think it may be over for Chanka. Actually could be down for the count, trying to go for a Stormbolt on the Chill Pills. Does he have the damage? Does he turn it around here? Or does Chill Pills get him here? Chanka actually does end up taking down Chill Pills, narrowly does end up taking him out. With OMG Big Fan going for the polymorph, letting the man get a proper reset. Letting him get polymorphed and get recovered completely. Trying to go for an honor duel. Look at that honor duel right here, man. Chanko is able to get himself a proper chance against OMG Big Fan with a poly. He could have just walked out, barraged him, and walked away. Jesus Christ. Yo, alright, man. Did you just see what happened there, man? Did you just see that duel between the Death Knight and... Oh my god, double orbs right now. It's OMG Big Fan going straight up bowling. Chanka under a ton of pressure. Next barrage could be over. Breath to follow. Does have a Stormbolt ready. Barrage does a reflect. I think next barrage is over unless Chanka got a big heal right now. Oh my god, barrage. Oh my goodness. There's only so much you can do once you get to the execute range. Oh my god, chat. That's so good. We got us in Chicago. Last one left over for the team 2. Trying to see if they can hold the fort. As OMG Big Fan immediately stripping off all the buffs. Interrupted Arcane immediately as Chicago trying to see if they can get himself line of sight of OMG Big Fan. Maybe they can get him in line of sight with those Ghost Raptors, build up a little bit of Maelstrom, Trinket at the right time, may be able to do this. Do they have grounding storm? They do. So if you use it at the right time, you may be okay. Knock up onto OMG Big Fan. Chicago taking a bit of damage with a bunch of Arcane. That's going to be all the time grounding storm in the last second. Does OMG Big Fan have big damage though? He may have had big damage. I don't know if he went for the Arcane Surge or not. I have no idea. Tried to get himself a little bit on missiles versus Chicago. Blasting him out. Seeing if you can take him out. If possible. Missiles to follow as he tries to steal whatever buffs it can from Chicago while moving. Is so good. Arcane Surge for OMG Big Fan. Big blaster on Chicago. Does a wall for it. Does OMG Big Fan get a line of sight? You just see a small line of sight of Chicago in order to continue the damage. Chicago does go for a knockup. I'm not really sure what they were trying to do with the knockup ability, but they did use it. Chicago does get knocked back actually by OMG Big Fan, who made it to Ice Block. He's taking a bit of damage from Chicago. He's taking quite a considerable amount. Chicago leaping in, going for the big haymaker, trying to see if he can take him out. Big leap right after. Look at that mobility of a shaman, man. You gotta respect it. He just went, a surprise speak at your face. He's just like, wait, you freeze me and you Ice Block? How dare you? How dare you? Full touch of the matchup for Chicago. Missiles to follow by OMG Big Fan, which is Seavark. If you guys haven't figured that out, by the way. This is my boy Seavark. Trying to see if we can blast out the Chamois. Healing surges around the corner. Doesn't have the Maelstrom though. This is going to be even more missiles by OMG. Knock back on the Shaman doesn't really go anywhere. Does go for a pretty massive leap though. Needs to catch up. Actually could be in trouble. Needs some healing. Thunder onto OMG Big Fan. Next barrage could be it. I think it's trying to see if he can heal. Oh, it's actually so close. It's actually incredibly close. It could have been anyone's game, but I think it's just maybe. Seavark might have gotten the lucky crit there. Man, Chill Pills held his own. He actually had more healing than damage. He held his own and he almost beat Chonko, but Chonko ended up sniping that out at the end. Let's go. Well done, boys. Well done. Oh my god, I love it. 9.1k HPS for Chill Pills. I know, it's crazy. Your healing is bad. It is insane, isn't it? That's nuts. I'm not playing.